At Teradyne, IT is an enabling function, so it's not the product. We support the design, development, and delivery of the product. It's a competitive industry. Cost is very critical in our industry, and it's competitive to the point of we have swings in revenue that could be 3x. The role of the CIO is to not be in the way. So my philosophy is to make IT simple for our customers, both internal and external, and to deliver a reliable infrastructure, both application and technical infrastructure, so that we become invisible and people can do their job without worrying about the technology that's allowing them to do it.
We used to focus a lot on standards and deploying solutions that were very kind of stringent or strict, and we've become much more flexible in how we design our solutions. Storage, servers, networking, very flexible, very virtual, and it's enabled us to be very quick and nimble when we need to deploy or design solutions to support the business.
What I see happening in the industry is that, especially with the new workforce, we have to deliver the same kind of experience to our customers, internal and external, that they've grown up with. And as we think about Generation Y coming into the workforce, some 80 million people, youth, have been born between 1984 and 1996. These people are becoming both customers and internal users in our organization. So not only do we have to make IT seamless, but it has to be sexy, if I can say that. We have to provide the same tools that they've grown up with. And things like end user devices, a plethora of end user devices have to be supported versus a single standard might have been the mantra 5 years ago. We're looking at supporting any end device if it can be supported securely.
One is server virtualization. We were able to virtualize hundreds of machines to reduce footprint, to reduce cost, but also to be more flexible when we need systems or servers for that matter. If the business or if engineering needs some infrastructure, it's very easy for us to turn on a machine, turn it on where it's needed, for how long it's needed. We were challenged from Chuck and my manager Doug to figure out how can we reduce this $1.2 million a year storage budget that just doesn't go away, right? We're continuously adding storage and we're continuously spending this money, and yet, why is that? We went to the drawing board and said, we could virtualize the storage and we could take this data that people aren't accessing, and we're spending a lot of money on maintaining it.
With Teradyne, about 80% of our business is test equipment that tests either logic chips or memory chips. And that industry, believe it or not, is not a fast-growing industry. We think of semiconductors as high-tech and fast-growing, but in reality it's a fairly mature industry. So we have to look for other markets, and we're looking at adjacent markets. So we've announced and had delivered in 2009 the first device that can test hard disk drives. Another area is really broadening our footprint in the memory test sector, which we're about a 10% participant in now, and we've announced, even in 2009, new products. Even in a year where the economy forced us to conserve cash and reduce cost, we were still investing in R&D. We are totally outsourced at this point from an operations standpoint. In 2006, we entered into a contract with HCL Technologies to basically run the entire IT infrastructure from an operations standpoint. What we kept in-house was architecture, our PMO, our product management, the analysts that work with the end customer and understand requirements and bring those into IT. All of the operations work is done through an onshore-offshore model with HCL.
I can say that without HCL's help, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be possible. It's easy to sit in a room and kind of come up with these ideas, right? But they have a great team of people that have a lot of experience outside of Teradyne.
The variable nature of the relationship that we have really supports the business strategy to try to variabilize costs. So in an industry where you can have 50% revenue swings quarter to quarter, it's critical not to have a high fixed cost infrastructure. HCL is in the heart of all of that implementation work that we do as a real partner. We don't separate HCL from the business. They're an integral part of the IT organization. In fact, I really only have about 20 people in the headquarters IT function, yet we have about 140 HCLites. So you can't run that kind of organization with a wall between the central IT organization and the partner.